Hey guys, Jordan here again. So if you missed my first action figure review of the NECA video game style dog alien, you can click that flick over here just now to go and have a look at that. But today what I'm wanting to have a look at is the Red Hulk from Marvel Select. So yeah, I have a couple of those, I can review some of those, and I'm planning to have a look at some of the other NECA video game style figures that I have. So again, if you want to see some of those, please like, subscribe, and let's get into the review. We'll start by having a look at the box here. It's your fairly standard Marvel Select kind of clamshell packaging. Unfortunately, if you are someone who likes to display it in the box, or likes to display the box themselves, it's quite hard to open up the box and take the figure out without actually ripping it, as I've done here. Maybe if you're a bit more careful than me, you could avoid that. But I think it still looks not too bad as it is. So you can see you get some kind of Hulk artwork at the background here. We get this kind of leaflet thing. You get the Red Hulk across here, the Marvel Diamond Select obviously. The Hulk kind of gamma symbol there. We flip to the back, get Red Hulk across here, and a comic book of the Red Hulk here, again Marvel Select. Get a picture of the figure itself here, get a little read up, if you want to have a look at that, there. And you also get two other figures in the line, the Incredible Hulk, the green one, and the Ultimate Hulk in the grey. I do have both of these, so if you'd like to see reviews of those, that'd be something I would be able to do. And if we have a look at the side, we get a nice kind of very angry picture here of the Red Hulk. Okay, let's have a look at the figure itself. So having a look at the figure itself, you can see he's predominantly done in this kind of, obviously, red kind of plastic here. Having a look at the head, you can see that black hair there with these kind of brown, well, the character itself is meant to have kind of grey hair, but here it's more of a kind of beige kind of coloration going through. I think it still looks quite good, I think. You can see the face is done very nicely, sculpted very well, I think. Lots of nice wrinkles going through there. The mouth is done quite well, and the teeth, nice angry look there. Teeth are all sculpted and painted really well. Eyes themselves are done a nice kind of yellow colour, as the character is seen. With a black going around the outside, which kind of highlights that. I think that's done very nicely. As for the rest of the figure, you can see, as well as this red, you obviously get, to kind of accentuate the sculpted musculature, you get this nice kind of darker shading going on there, which kind of accentuates that a bit, and on the neck up here as well. And we get that for the figure. Then for the kind of the legs here, you get these nice grey trousers, obviously with wrinkles sculpted in. You do get a bit of red on mine, certainly, coming through here and here, although that might just be a QC issue on my figure. I don't know if that's a common thing. Yeah, nice kind of, it's kind of flat grey, but again, the kind of sculpt and the kind of darker crease-like bits here make it look quite nice. Sculpted rips there, it's quite nice. The toenails and fingernails are done in a kind of grey as well. And throughout the figure as well, like, mainly on the arms and feet here, you get these nice kind of sculpted in veins, and particularly on the arms here. I think that's done quite nicely. Does give a sense of the kind of massiveness of the character itself. So yeah, with that said, let's have a look at the articulation. So, head moves up that far, and down that far, not that much, but it's on a kind of ball peg here, 360 degree swivel, and no real pivot there. Shoulders come down like that, go out that far, so not quite the full 90 degrees, but quite far out, like that. Then get kind of bicep swivel here, single jointed elbow, like that. Get a wrist swivel, like that. No hinge on the wrist, unfortunately, and obviously the same on the other side here. You are able to do 360 degrees there. Again, obviously the bicep swivel. If you want more of a dynamic thing going on, you could have them, for example, stepping on it like that, if it was crushing it, punching it down perhaps. You're somewhat limited by, as I was saying, the articulation, mainly in the knees and legs, but if you're creative enough and that, you could probably get some kind of nice display options going on. But yeah, with that said, I suppose that brings this review to an end. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll try and get more videos out when I can. Thanks very much. So as I was saying, get that bicep swivel, and again the wrist swivel. These can be quite tight, but they do twist, and I haven't had any breakages as of yet anyway. Moving on to the legs. Actually, sorry, missing out the waist here. You do get this kind of waist rotation, which does do 360 degrees, although at some angles it might look a bit odd. So let's get that 360 degrees, because the way the trousers are sculpted, they're kind of frayed out, so you can actually get a bit of overhang, which just seems a bit odd, but I don't think it looks too bad. It's quite a minor issue. With the legs, the thighs here, they go out about that far, so not that far at all, but these Marvel Selects, it's more about the sculpt, the articulation. So saying that, the articulation of this figure is actually, I would say, pretty decent for what you'd be using it for. You get that kind of 360 degrees of the thigh there. As for the knees, single jointed knee, doesn't actually go out very far at all, and unfortunately you can't really get much back and forth with these legs. Not that I really think you'd be needing it that much, but it's just my personal opinion. As for the feet, kind of hinge here, goes about that far, and no real ankle pivot, actually no ankle pivot at all. Obviously swivels like that, and on the bottom of the feet you do get these two peg holes which fit into the base, which I will show you in a second. So also included here is this grey plastic display base. As I've showed you with the peg holes in the feet there, they correspond to these holes here, which are hidden quite well actually. So I mean, even if you didn't have them standing on those, you wouldn't really notice them that much. This is quite a nice addition, I would say, a kind of little diorama piece. So obviously it fits on there pretty well. His feet go in quite nicely. Getting the pegs into the actual peg holes themselves can be quite tricky, but even if you just put his feet on top and kind of just have it sitting there like that, you will stand in those quite nicely, like that. And I think that's a very nice addition. If you don't want him standing in there, if you want more of a kind of dynamic thing going, if you want more of a dynamic thing going on, you could have him, for example, stepping on it like that. If it was crushing it, punching it down perhaps. You're somewhat limited by, as I was saying, the articulation, mainly in the knees and legs, but if you're creative enough and that, you could probably get some kind of nice display options going on. But yeah, with that said, I suppose that brings this review to an end. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll try and get more videos out when I can. Thanks very much.